Hello ladies and gents, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the AShadowedViper, and today it is time for a new episode of Loadout. The guns I have selected for this loadout are the F2000, the SW40, the M320 High Explosives Grenade Launcher, and the Mini Grenades. The loadout name is I Am Faster Than You. So let's get on to some of the basic stats about these weapons. The F2000, its maximum damage is at 25, its minimum damage is at 18, its fire rate is at 850 rounds per minute, its muzzle velocity is at 600, its magazine size is at 31 with one in the chamber of course, its reload time when empty is at 2.9 seconds, and its reload time when there are some bullets left is at 2.7 seconds. Some of the cons about the gun: the reload time when it is empty is really bad. 3.9 seconds is extremely bad because, think about it, this gun was designed for close range combat, and if you're out of bullets then you're pretty much screwed because the reload time is too high. You're either going to have to switch to a sidearm or take cover because you're not going to be able to wait 3.9 seconds and get back in the battle. Although, if you have some bullets left, so say you have 10 bullets left and you want to reload, then 2.7 seconds isn't actually that bad. The recoil going upwards is at 0.24. Towards the left is at 0.4 and towards the right is at 0.5. That's actually very impressive. Think about it. The fire rate is extremely high, and the recoil statistics are extremely impressive. You don't often see this. Now, a lot of other guns have a faster rate of fire, like the AK-971, but don't forget that the AK-971 has awful recoil stats. So that's one of the cool things about the F2000. Its fast rate of fire and its really good recoil stats. Now, I recommend this gun, but the only bad thing about it is really the reload times, and that's you can't really fix that. You're either gonna have to take some cover or switch to your sidearm, and I selected a very good sidearm for this loadout. So the recommended attachments I always say you use are the heavy barrel or the compensator. Pretty much that's the recommended attachments I say for all guns. Now, the compensator to reduce some recoil, but the recoil on this gun is actually really good, and the heavy barrel because the hip fire isn't actually that good, so I always say attach a heavy barrel to your weapon. So let's move on to the sidearm, and this sidearm I really like a lot, the SW40. This gun came with the Naval Strike expansion, and it is relatively easy to unlock. You need 10 impact grenade kills. I recommend Operation Locker or Operation Metro. So the maximum damage is at 56, and the minimum damage is at 28. The fire rate is at 220 rounds per minute. The muzzle velocity is at 400, and the magazine size is at 6. The reload times when empty is at 3.8 seconds, and the reload time when there are some bullets left is also at 3.8 seconds. The recoil going upwards is at 2, and the recoil going towards the left and right is at 0.22. Now, this weapon is particularly good because of its maximum damage. That is very impressive. I mean, 56 damage from 2 meters to 4 meters, that is really good. 2 meters to 14 meters, excuse me. So, 56 damage is extremely impressive. In 2 shots, you will take out your enemy. The fire rate is so high. 220 rounds per minute for this beast gun is extremely impressive. Now, the only bad thing about this gun is probably the reload time. 3.8 seconds is extremely bad, but the only time you really switch to your sidearm is when there's only one enemy left. So, by the time you take out that one enemy, you'll probably have enough time to reload your gun. The magazine size is not that impressive. 6 bullets, but think about it. It's sort of a revolver, so I guess that was the only correct way for DICE to actually balance this gun out. The fire rate is actually really good. 220 rounds per minute for a pistol. That's pretty damn insane. Comparing this to the MP443 or the M1911, the fire rate is significantly higher. Although the G18 or the 93R has pretty much higher fire rate, or I think it's the same fire rate, this is really impressive considering it's a revolver. It does so much damage and the recoil stats are really good. I'm pretty sure you can tell that I chose these weapons because the loadout's called I'm Faster Than You, and think about it, the rate of fire is so fast on both these weapons, so I highly recommend you use the SW40. For the final weapon, I chose the M320 grenade launcher Now, this came down to personal preference. I play Rush a lot. And in Rush, you sometimes need to parachute down from a chopper and take out your enemies without them noticing you. Now, you'll see in a clip later on that I did that with the grenade launcher, of course. So, that's one of the main reasons why I selected this kind of weapon. And don't forget that if you need to make a hole in a wall or something, then this weapon is great for that. Think about it. There's no rocket launchers for the assault class, so you'll have to use a grenade launcher. And in Rush, you always need to make holes in walls, because sometimes there's an MCOM in there and you need to flank around without the enemy noticing you. And they might see you on the minimap, sure, but sometimes they might not come for you because there'll be so many other people around. So that's one of the main reasons why I took this. This is personally a personal choice. Personally a personal choice, yeah. So you don't have to take it, but I recommend you do if you play a lot of Rush. So that's pretty much gonna wrap up all the weapons for the loadout video. So for a overall summary of the weapons, the F2000 is great for close range combat. It has an extremely good rate of fire, although at medium to long range combat it sucks dick. I've tried it so many times and it is awful. The SW40 is a great weapon to switch to, especially when you run out of ammo for the F2000 and you don't have enough time to reload that gun. It has an extremely good rate of fire and it does tons of damage, so the SW40 is a must unlock, especially with Naval Strike. The M320 high explosive grenade launcher is really good for Rush players, although it is a personal preference. I mainly choose it because I play tons of Rush, and you always want to flank around the enemy, so that's pretty much going to wrap up the video, and there's a small summary of the weapons, because I like to do that at the end of my videos. Thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like and leave a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel, as I'm a huge subscriber whore, and it only makes me want to make more videos. And if you're feeling extra friendly, please do share the video with your friends, and I will see you in the next one.